on. Turn
machine on to airless.
Around the corner here.
We're in prime position.
In prime position, you got it.
Okay.
Now we want to be somewhat near our prime line.
Yeah.
If you turn up our pressure, what we want to look for is product that we have our intaking, product coming out of here. So right now we're flushing out water that was in the system already. As soon as this starts to look like actual paint, we are going to turn our
That's
pressure
the
down.
viscosity that we're looking for.
Yeah. Still a little watery. Fairly good at that point there.
We're good now?
Yeah.
Back off.
Okay.
And I can switch it back to, now I can put it on
So now
spray
you are
mode.
we're going to pull our trigger.
So now I'm in spray mode.
Now you're in spray mode.
Okay.
Yep. We're going to turn up our pressure a little bit. I already have my trigger pulled, so I don't have that pressure surge. Okay. And we're going to flush out the water that's in the line.
So I'm just going to keep it low pressure.
Keep it low. Yep. And we're going to get that to the point where it looks like actual paint.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, we got 50 feet of hose, so we have some product in there.
I think you can turn it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
To make it back to go faster.
That's what I get from that.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can set it up without making a mess. That's so important.
Turn it down a little because paint's coming. A little more.
You're getting paint now.
Yep. Now we got paint. Okay.
Okay.
So now I am primed up and ready to put it into AA mode. I'm gonna throw my lock on the gun.
And now we're in AA mode.
You can go into AA mode.
Now we throw the tip on. And just finger tight.
Hand tight,
That's it.
exactly.
Hand tight.
Yep.
Not
Okay.
over tightening.
Yep. Okay. Now, when we go to set up the spray, right? All control. If you want to do the right. So we are in spray mode on the AA side. We're gonna build up our pressure. Okay. Back off of our air. We're gonna see what roughly 1700 psi and about 15 pounds of air looks like. Now this might look a little bit watery too to start, right? Just because of and then you want to set up the look first, you want to spray off the side. So now you're set up to go like that, yeah.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Right on. First shot.
What a machine.
We're getting better at this, guys.
Ready to go. So that might be, I mean, why that might look a little better than last time is because that product is a little bit watered down from what we had in there, so that's going to make it flow a little bit easier that way too.
If we start seeing a tail again, then it's just a case of
a little more pressure, a little more air.
A little more pressure.
Yeah. So if we turn up our pressure a little bit, right? So I can turn this up to, now I'm sitting at around 2,000 psi, and I'm sitting around 20 pounds of air. That's where we were before. Well, what we're seeing there, when you pull the trigger, you almost see a little bit more overspray at that point. So it almost tells me there might be a little too much kind of air.
Yeah, so
back that up.
If you start seeing the mist overspray, that's air generally.
Generally, it's going to be too much air.
Okay, that's the important part, right?
But that looks pretty good.
Too much overspray means too much air.
Well, if you see that dry mist that comes out right away, generally it's going to mean there's a lot of air.
That's the big thing. I don't want the mist,
Yep.
right? Because we're working in residential.
Yep.
Especially if it's their home, right?
It's easier to adjust a little more fluid pressure and play around with air. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
But even that, we know. So when you pull the trigger, we're sitting around 15 to 1600 psi. Okay, and air, you're sitting a little over. Yeah, when we pull the trigger again, you're sitting around 15 pounds.
15 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
So less air, more paint.
by default, you
unless you
start
got a
off
tail.
with adding more
You got
paint,
it.
more
So-
product, and then playing around.
Exactly. So default is when we go to start up, put it on the airless mode, get those tails. Okay, that should be around that. You know, if I turn off the air with 1600 psi, we should have tails. You want to try that?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to turn off of our compressor. Okay. Now we're just on airless mode. Okay. So there's still pressure in the line. So
you can see
but you're
like
starting to
right
see
there
the,
and right there. Yeah, there
Okay,
you
now
go.
we're getting.
Same.
So now, if I turn that into airless, air assisted mode, now spray. See how it gets rid of those
Yeah.
tails?
Yeah. Cool. Nice.
But again,
Awesome.
yeah, just playing around of finding that kind of happy medium of, okay, this is working. And
And
again,
the air pressure is constant, right? Like it's consistent.
Yes.
Because it's regulated.
yeah.
Cool. Okay.
That's
Okay.
great.
Shall we do the clean?
Clean up? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're going to go to clean. So again, we're going to start fresh, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to turn off our
Turn off
pressure.
pressure.
We are going to
Prime mode.
prime mode, which is going to relieve all of the
Okay.
pressure in the system, and we're going to click this into airless mode
Yeah. We
Okay.
want airless.
because we don't want to run that compressor when we don't need to.
Yeah.
Okay? So, from there, we know we still have paint in the machine, right? We have paint in the pump,
Yes.
we have paint in our line. So, I'm going to transfer my prime line into my paint.
Okay,
We're going to put it
and
on prime. We're
it's
going
on
to turn up
prime.
our pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch this until this slowly looks like water.
Doesn't take too long.
Doesn't take too long. And you can feel it almost in your hand when you're holding this. But you can see right now, we know
We're
it's
getting water.
getting into water.
Okay.
So we're going to back off our pressure there. So long term, you might look at that like, is that worth your time? Or are we just going right to flush? Right? I mean, depending on your product,
But it's
depending on anything.
it's a crucial step to
Yep.
do, right?
Okay. Put our prime line back into our waste bucket. Now, exactly. We need to get
tip
rid
off.
of everything in
So
our
tip
line.
off when cleaning.
Yep.
Till the very last stage.
That we do that so that we're not wearing the tip
Yes.
Yep.
out too quickly.
And
Okay, perfect.
we're not making as much
Yep.
mess. So now we're going back into pump mode. Spray
Yep.
mode, I
Give
should
me a
say.
second here. 'Cause I
Yeah.
just want to pull that trigger.
Yep.
Actually, we're gonna go slow first, just so
Yeah.
I can-
So I'm okay. So
Okay,
I'm
you're
going
good.
into pump
Yep.
mode, and I'm gonna just slowly increase.
Yep. And I'm gonna get rid of
I'm just going slow.
paint.
So you put this into paint mode.
Yep.
And then the trigger was already
Trigger
pulled.
was already pulled. We start building up pressure.
That's generally where you leave it.
Yeah,
Like that
you could go a little more at the start just
Yeah.
because I know it's a little bit
I
thicker.
just don't wanna.
Yeah. When you get
Like
the
I
hang,
said, I like happened too many times.
Yep. When you get the hang of it, you're gonna feel it in the gun
Yeah.
of okay, here comes water. Back off the pressure. You'll see almost like a little spurt when water's gonna start.
Yeah.
Like I can feel it now.
Sounds like a jet
So down.
just taking off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep it low, right? Like it's a different. That looks like water, right?
Okay.
Okay. So now
Now we're just increasing pressure again.
Now we're just going to.
Especially with the old sprayers, you basically had everything was stuck on full all the time.
Oh,
Yeah. You just made such a mess all the time. I wonder if I can clean this without making a mess.
This is a much better demo than what I had this summer with the guys outside.
Good.
Nick,
now
you
we're
know.
just flushing out water, and this is dirty water at this point.
Have you got the?
I got trigger pulled. Yep.
Okay. Because I'm pretty. Okay, I'm.
So you have the trigger pulled while Rich had the pressure on off,
Where am I not
spray mode?
getting? Yeah, I'm in spray
right?
mode.
No, you're in prime mode right now. Oh no, you are in spray mode.
Spray mode. I just turned it up. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know why it didn't work.
Right, so you pulled the trigger and now you're
See, I'm,
putting the pressure up.
You're not getting anything?
No, turn up
Should
the
I
pressure.
just keep
Yeah,
going?
turn it up.
Okay, I was just going slow, that's
Yeah,
all.
no problem.
I'm going pretty high now.
Let's relieve pressure. Something's not happening here.
Okay.
It's good troubleshooting. Good thing I caught this in the video now.
This is E. Let me go 5.
Probably good enough. So you're just repriming
I've
it
just
right now?
reprimed it now just to kind of see what was going on there. And
Well, so you did reprime it.
I did reprime.
So probably lost prime.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it in spray mode.
Put it in spray mode.
Okay, and I'm gonna slowly increase
Slowly
pressure.
increase pressure. Keep going.
There we go.
So I just lost its prime. So it will give you a code, like when it said E, that was a code to tell you what would be issue.
Something, yeah. And if you looked in the book, it would tell you specifically what that error is.
I mean, that's like if I drive the pressure too high or...
Yeah, a little bit right now. I mean, we're on full water now.
Okay.
So what we would do, we probably want to change out that water.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
when we're not using it, just
Yep,
back
I
on.
back it off, and again, I would probably just
Put
relieve
prime.
pressure just so that
Got it.
we know
So
we're
you don't
kind of
get
covered.
surprises.
Yep. Okay. Back down a little bit.
So now we want to change this wall.
So you're back on prime right now.
Yeah, I put it on prime just, if I'm not near the machine, I don't want pressure in the machine, because
When
right
you do
now,
hit it, you get the explosion.
if someone walks by and pulls a trigger when that's prime, you're making a mess everywhere. So
I see, okay.
again, it takes 2 minutes to get that prime back up again.
Yeah.
I'm just being safe, trying to keep everything clean.
Makes sense. Okay.
Probably overdoing it, but
Well,
I'm
you
just
don't
going to
get
prepare
spray
for
in
the
the
worst.
face.
This is round 2 now.
Yeah, a little bit more. I'm just going to try and get that water, get cleaner water.
Again, you reprime, so there's the same step again.
So now I can pull my trigger. You can flip that right into spray.
So I don't have to turn pressure down?
As long as you pull that trigger before, you're going to be okay.
Okay.
So you went right from prime.
Right from there.
Yeah, I did water.
Yep.
Bring the pressure down. And we're gonna low pressure, we're not cranked.
Yeah, we're not cranked.
I'm just on spray mode. Low pressure.
Doesn't even show on the radar.
Yeah. No, low pressure.
Yeah, enough pressure to clean this bucket.
It's pretty clear.
It's not bad, right?
What do you do, one more?
Yep, I would do one more.
I usually, when I clean the curve, it literally, like, I have to be
Crystal, yeah?
So
So now we can change the water.
change water. Yep.
One more time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we should have probably put something there.
I got that. There's a new one right
Got some rags there.
Oh. Okay, we got a new water.
Oh,
right there.
perfect. Yeah, this should be it.
Now,
Because now the
do
water's
you even
not
have to
easy.
reprime it, or is it still prime?
So if I pull my trigger,
Should I put it in prime
let's
mode?
see. We're good.
Okay.
If you're introducing it pretty quick,
It's not gonna lose prime.
is it in prime though?
It is, it's in prime.
Okay, click it into spray. There we go.
You shooting hot water to it right now? Yeah.
Warm water.
It's warm, yeah.
Warm, yeah.
Did the priming end of it, did it spit back through as well to the end clear? Yeah. So, just gonna put it in prime
Put it
again.
in prime, release it. Let's do one more, just prime through that. Grab that new gallon there.
You need another
Yeah,
water?
one more water.
So best practice, always put on prime and turn the machine off
Exactly.
if you're not using
Just to
it.
be safe.
So,
So now we're gonna go into prime. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. That looks pretty good like water, right? So we're good?
That's my best.
It's water. Yep. So we're good there.
Switch
Switch it. Yep.
Yep. Lowest setting for spray.
You got it. I'm just spraying out more water. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay.
You consider that clean enough? Can you just
From
spray it in my hand? Let me just.
you don't want to spray it under pressure. But when we were priming it out,
Okay.
it was clean.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Now
this is the final step
to get through.
while cleaning to get the tip a little bit clean in there.
Okay.
The tip you can go out
Yep.
whenever you need.
I'm gonna spray through that.
And clog it too, right? Like the other way.
I'm gonna turn that tip around.
I'm still on low pressure.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Spray through that.
Okay. Is that so? As far as you're concerned, that tip is clean now.
That tip is clean. I'm still gonna take this, take
Yeah.
a brush to it. I'm gonna put this in clean water.
in a prime mode.
Or if we're painting like on a job site, we can put it in methyl.
What's that? Yeah,
Put
absolutely.
in methyl
Yeah.
hydrate.
Okay.
We could put the whole thing in methyl hydrate, right? Like
Yeah,
the tip and the guard.
Do you do?
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything with guards right now? Has it affected them in any way? I just don't know enough about how
No,
that.
we haven't.
Tips, I'm sure you're fine.
It hasn't affected it, but
Okay.
I don't know if this is just regular wear and tear or not. But like when at some point it
Yeah.
stops to
So
maneuver as
guards,
easily.
realistically, I don't think you need to store them in anything. I would just wipe them down, keep them separate.
Right.
Tips, I would keep
Okay,
them wet.
cool.
Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to just clean the tip, and then if we want to,
I'll see you.
Okay,
please,
sure.
Like, we'll videotape this too. Be thorough.
Like I guess you can use like a small little wire brush.
absolutely anything. I mean, it's fairly wet paint, so
Yeah, today.
right. Today's pretty easy.
Simple. Not like we've been spraying for like 12 hours
No.
straight.
Yeah, because there's all those little parts in there. If they get gummed up, then you
Exactly.
start seeing your leaks, right?
So even with what I'm doing, I mean, you guys might have to take a brush to this kind of later,
Yeah.
just because of what we have available to us right now.
But that's where you're getting all your leaks.
Absolutely.
And just one thing to note
Yep.
for the video, my team turns around
Yep.
for a sec. This tip, what is the attachment, I guess? This we can leave in, and we don't need to clean that out.
Yep.
Until the tip gets worn out,
You got
and
it.
then we replace that.
Okay.
So, all right.
Shiny.
Yeah. But see, over time, but just that little
Yeah,
bit.
oh, for sure. That's
like
gonna grow. And
it's
if
like
you
a
leave
weed,
it,
right?
yeah.
That little bit that's left in there. So
you-
really, you want to get it back to new.
And again, what I would probably do is if you got like you get hot water while you're doing that cleaning process, you throw that in water.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna help.
That's gonna break it down.
Yeah.
anyways, right?
Well, the methyl also brings
Methyl.
that.
Methyl
break it
also
down.
break it down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it'll break it right down.
I find with that, having a Graco cup is best because it's a smaller volume that you put in there.
Right.
To put more tips, if you're using a gallon, you just have to fill that thing up all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's not enough water on the bottom to have it submerged.
Okay. Perfect. And then again, you want to keep tips wet, right? So you're gonna put that in your methyl at that point.
Yeah. Unless we're finishing off the job. For
Exactly.
Whatever, and then we can
Yep.
keep the tip in the compartment.
Yep. So again, I think you're gonna want to take a brush to that.
Yeah.
When you can, just to
Yeah.
try and clean that up a bit. Okay.
Yeah. And then just final thing is
Final thing is that pump armor.
pump armor and TSL, right?
Yeah. There's two, obviously. There's an upper ball and a lower ball in there. When you put TSL in, it makes sure that in that it's not, those balls aren't going to stick.
Mhm.
So if you ever go to reprime in the morning and it's sticking, generally a lot of the time.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the little slot right in there. You just
And at the end of the day, we take the
That's gotta get
the filter off, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. End of the day.
The filter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you're done just kind of cleaning up.
goddamn 100% acrylic paint. It's really got some bite there, no primer.
It does.
On some shiny, smooth metal. Good paint there.
Okay.
A little Sherwin promo in there for you.
Do you mind just loosening that off for me?
It's childproof.
Yeah, push down and here we go. Okay, so then we're really gonna take this, drop that down in, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna turn this on to the prime setting.
Prime
okay?
setting, which is this.
Yep. Turn up our pressure a little bit and just prime it so we get all that water out of our pump. And this is blue.
That's it.
There she goes.
Oh, that doesn't use much.
No, doesn't
That
use
is
much.
really smart to be able to put the ball right in there. I wasn't thinking that part.
Yeah. That's why you guys make paint.
Stick to what you know.
I'm just like so smart, it's stupid.
Now, it only works on smaller machines, right?
Yeah.
Throw that right.
Stuff's gold. I don't want to waste this stuff.
Do we get to keep the bottle too?
You can keep that model, yes you can.
Oh, sweet.
Alright, yeah, that.
Awesome.
Say I never did anything.
Cool.
Okay,
And that's it, right?
that's it. Yeah.
Oh, and this thing, TSL.
Oh, TSL. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep.
So
So
we have
does
this.
lift off.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
like
So
that?
if you take a hammer and kind of a piece of wood, this wing nut will loosen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then this door will pop up.
Okay.
So over
That's
time,
how
I
it
mean,
popped
so
up.
the nice part about these machines is what we changed since your last 390 is this is a quick change pump.
Mhm.
Okay, so on your 390, it's going to take you 10 to 15 minutes to pull off that pump. You're going to go get that pump repaired, or you're going to send the whole machine to get fixed. Now with this, you can literally buy a spare pump for $300.
Mhm.
When this needs repacking, you put the new one on, you send the pump to get fixed, but you still have the machine.
Never have any downtime.
Yeah, that's a huge benefit of that machine,
Huge,
right?
absolutely. And all of our new small electrics have that.
Sorry, can you elaborate on that again?
So over time, your pump is your biggest wear part,
And
right?
that's
The pump.
okay.
Okay. So that's where your seals are. That's where kind of everything that can go wrong. That's your workhorse. Okay. So again, over time, that's what breaks down.
Mhm.
So on all of these new ones, okay, on the PC versions, it stands for Pro Connect. So what you're able to do is pop this pump off within a matter of 30 seconds. Take the pump out. Okay. Buy a new pump, like a spare tire. Put a new pump in.
Mm-hmm.
Send that old pump to get fixed, but you still have your machine.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That makes sense.
Okay.
And this is the pump, right? Like,
Right here, you got it. Yep, anything
Yes.
above here.
right.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. That's very cool.
Okay, now the throat seal.
So here.
Yep.
Okay, so this
Yep,
this thing we
you
can
can
just
do it.
yank off. Is this just a?
Yeah, we can.
Maybe cut it off or something.
Do you have a?
The knife is right there. Yeah. It's just.
Okay, so right at the top.
Yeah,
So and then
double
just
down.
tilt it down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
That's all
There
you
you go.
need.
Okay,
Set.
that's simple.
Okay.
It just falls into the reservoir.
Falls into a reservoir.
Okay.
It'll slowly release.
And after every clean.
I would say just get into a
Just
routine
as
of
habit.
after you
Yeah,
just do
yeah,
it.
It just
practice.
makes like oil changes.
And if
right?
hey, if you want to do it at the start, it's not gonna hurt, right?
Yeah, it's just
Like-
lube.
Cool. Very
Okay.
cool.
Can't hurt is if it doesn't have any lube.
All right. That's it.
Can you put an extension on it?
Not on that guy.
Okay.
So there's no wands for this.
Yeah, one.
So it's not that type of starter, right?
We're gonna have to do a lot of climbing up ladders for these 9-foot doors. But it'll be worth it.
Sounds like a nice house.
It's massive. And I see that this doesn't get coiled up as much as
it's not
the-
going to, and that's the nice part
Yeah.
about it, right?
Like I mean, after this one time, because it was in the box.
Yep. So now from you, just almost start wrapping it around like just basically you got it.
Kind of like an extension cord, yeah?
It's gonna still wrap around there.
It would be nice to have a couple of like ties around
Get
it,
like
right?
some clips or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
There used to be a company where they had flexible, like
Zip ties?
almost.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I forget what they were called.
I wonder if we have some string here just for today.
Yeah, we'll be able to tape it or something like that.
Yeah, because it will get.
For sure.
I mean, if that end was off, if the ends were off, it would be.
Oh, and then you
Yep.
put it on here.
And then we're gonna.
Uh-huh, nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Nathan, do you guys have some string or tape, something that we could use to
Yep.
wrap that around? Oh, that's not bad at all.
Okay.
Yeah, you can even just keep it like that.
Yep.
Well,
And
so
then I would just always be watching kind of the gun, right? If it's hanging, no big deal.
Yeah.
But just make sure your gun's not running off the ground.
Right.
Anything like that.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, that gun's $1,000.
That's the
Yeah.
Basically, tell everyone.
yeah.
It's $1,000.
Yeah.